Hello, everyone, and welcome to another triple bingo tournament race. Today we've got crossproduct versus BFrobber. I'm looking forward to this match. This match I think will be very interesting. Both of these runners have a lot of experience in the game. Know a lot of very unique tricks that maybe not a whole lot of other runners would know. So I'm hoping we get to see some unique paths, maybe some unique tricks in this. I think that would be pretty cool. Looks like we're just waiting on the stream delay, and we should be off any second. Okay, so in triple bingo, that means that you need to complete any 3 rows, columns, or diagonals on this card. The most important tiles are the middle tiles and the tiles that are a part of the diagonals, because the middle tile has 4 different ways it can be completed, and any tile that's part of diagonal has at least 3 ways it can be completed, and every other tile only has 2. So the first thing that I notice is that this card has 35 plus power bombs as the middle tile. That's a pretty rough middle tile. You can only skip 15, so it's pretty hard to avoid at least like all of Pink Brinstar if you're going to be completing that. It wouldn't be too bad if you also picked up Criteria Power Bomb and maybe Meridia Power Bomb or Croc Power Bomb. But that's a lot of collection. Um, as you can see, we do series in triple bingo. This is just so that the runners have time to think about the card and plan the route. Normally, people don't have a clear route done by the end of series, but it gives a little bit more time to think. So, some of the rougher tiles on this card look to be like the defeat Ridley tile, the 125 plus missile tile. Um, Anything that completes or collects plasma is pretty rough too. Although it can be fine if you also have a bunch of stuff that go along with it, like Kill Dragon and whatnot. Yeah, I think it it always takes a little while to see what the runners think that they want to do. One of the main kind of rules of thumb that you want to stick to, not always, but most of the time, is you kind of want to avoid one of Volan Orfair and Meridia if you can. You have to do both. It can be really slow. So trying to pick rows and columns and diagonals that only force you to go to one is a lot better normally. Well, voting both is the dream, but it's pretty rare that that happens. Also worth noting that some cards push runners to go down first, whereas other ones push runners to go up to wreck shit first. I would say that tiles like the high jump boots, speed, and space jump kind of push runners to go down, although it's not necessarily. It can still be fine to go up with that tile. Normally, destroy at least 2 statues means that you want to go down first. There is only one power bomb pack in Meridia. It is in the right sand pit. This card looks pretty rough. That Norfair Super Missile tile is a little bit rough too. Maybe you could. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what I would do with this card yet. That 125 plus missile tile is really, really rough. If you wanted to try to, for example, do column 3 and row 4, and maybe try to avoid Meridia. But if you did that, then you'd have to get those 125 plus missiles, 35 plus power bombs. That's a lot of collection. And Criteria Super. I don't think we're going to see that. And interestingly, looks like Cross will be getting this E-Tank, so he may be looking to... I'm not sure what this means. Also picking up the missile. This might... This might be something of 9 plus E-Tanks and 125 plus missiles or something. Because normally you don't need to go that far out of your way to get missiles unless you're doing exactly the 125 plus missiles. There isn't really a reason to grab that if... I don't think that there's a 60 Brinstar missiles tile. But that would be a reason to... Or it's not a reason to grab that because there's Billy Mays missiles right there anyway. And one interesting thing to note is that BFrobber missiled the pirates there, which generally signifies that he's going to be heading up instead of heading down. Got looks like a criteria map station from crossproduct, so he is looking to either do column 4 or row 3, one of those. Maybe both. It looks like BFrobber will be picking up the Norfair or Brinstar Reserve, maybe. He's at least picking up these missiles, which signifies to me that he's pretty likely going for some missile completion. Again, I don't think that we have the 60 Brinstar missiles, but might be looking for one of the other 125 plus missiles or 50 plus missile tiles. And nice reverse mock ball from BFrobber. Crossproduct finishes up his BT fight. So given that BFrobber got that Brinstar Reserve, I don't really like column 3. I'm guessing he's planning to do row 1. Yeah, 75 plus missiles and 25 plus power bombs, row 1. It looks like crossproduct is getting this Gauntlet E-Tank now, too. This is an interesting play. If you're planning on going back to green or pink Brinstar later in the race, sometimes it's faster to do this later. But if you're going to completely avoid the wreck ship, or if you're not going back to green or pink Brinstar, then it can be advantageous to get this now. And given that he got the extra E-Tank, it's a lot less dangerous. It's still pretty dangerous to do this Gauntlet with only bombs, but it's not as bad as with the 0 E-Tanks. Yeah, for cross, I'm not sure. I think column 4 is pretty likely. Uh, maybe not. Maybe row 3. I'm not sure. Um, and for BFrobber didn't get criteria map station, so probably not column 4. It's just going to be a lot of guesswork for a little while until we see a little bit more of what the runners want to do. The fact that BFrobber is going down um, signifies to me that he's got some reason to do that. Either I think that BFrobber would be relatively comfortable with Pantoon first. So I think that he's either looking at criteria super tile, high jump boost, speed booster, and space jump tile. Destroy at least 2 statues tile, one of those tiles. Those tiles are the ones that really push me down. Cross picking up both of the missiles at the back of Gauntlet. BFrobber doing a nice job with that great quick kill. I believe he did not pick up charge, so had to do the quick kill strat a little bit differently. And interestingly, it looked like Cross destroyed the Torian door. Pretty rare to see that in vanilla categories. But it signals to me that he's probably planning on destroying at least one statue. Triple bingo means that you have to complete any 3 rows, columns, or diagonals, and you get to choose the 3. You can change your mind as you're going along. You don't have to like declare the 3. Whenever you finish the 3, any 3, then you're done. So looks like Cross is also picking up this Brinstar Reserve. That the only other reason to pick up that Brinstar Reserve, other than the Brinstar Reserve square, is the X energy tanks and 11 minus X reserves. You can't really do column 4 and column 5 together because you need the criteria super missile, which basically requires speed. Actually, maybe Cross has a way to get it without speed booster because he's cross product, and that's the kind of thing he would do. But I don't imagine he would want to. So looks like Cross is heading up to kill a Spore Spawn, which is a tile on the card. So that would make sense. So given that he's also defeating Spore Spawn, I kind of feel like Cross is looking at column 1 and row 3. I don't think it's row 4 and column 4. Row 4 looks really bad to me. I think it might be column 1, row 3, Hmm. I'm not sure. Anyway, BFrobber into Bubble Mountain. Gets up, no problem. We'll see if he picks up the Norfair Reserve. If he does, I think that would signify that he is intending to collect X energy tanks and 11 minus X reserves. It doesn't necessarily mean he's not picking that tile if he doesn't get the Norfair Reserve, but if he does, then I think he almost certainly is. Spore Spawn down for cross product. There could be a kind of interesting kill Ridley route you could take. Not really, actually. It's too difficult. Um, anyway, BFrobber has picked up Speed Booster. We'll see if he decides to pick up Wave as well. Wave Beam is a tile, but would also lose him a tile for the only pick up one of Speed and Wave. Looks like Cross is just like picking up every missile in his way. Um, I think that means it's pretty likely he's going for the 125 plus missiles. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's gonna go for. Yeah, given that Cross picked up Charge Beam, um, it does look like he's going for row 4. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm curious to see what he ends up doing. And it does look like BFrobber is picking up the reserve tank, and he picked up Wave. So he's going for that bottom right tile. Maybe looking at bottom right, top left. I think that would make a lot of sense on this card. And it looks like Cross may not be sure what he's doing either at this point. So yeah, it's possible picking up the Charge Beam was a mistake. It's really easy to muscle memory that if you're not used to playing a ton of bingo. You grab Charge Beam in like pretty much every category. Just something that you automatically do. It looks like Cross is picking up Spazer. Hmm. There aren't any Spazer tiles. I think that signals to me that he might be going to Ridley. And he might want a stronger beam. He might be planning on going down first and going to Ridley. Looks like BFrobber is up to 4 E-tanks and 2 reserves, so he needs 5 more E-tanks in total, or 5 combination of E-tanks and reserves for that. Collect X E-tanks and 11 minus X reserves. I'm guessing he's going to pair that with the 9 E-tanks, so I'm guessing he wants 5 more E-tanks, but I think BFrobber might be going for row 1, column 1, bottom right, top left, or top left, bottom right. That's kind of what it looks like to me at this point. Oh, yeah, normally you wanna get the power bomb before heading down here. Um, instead of getting it after, so you can just run across the bomb there. Um, it's not that big of a deal to get it after, though. Yeah, I think that BFrobber will completely be able to avoid Meridia. I think this is a really good route from him. Just a lot of collection. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, because of the space jump. Obviously. Bingo's hard, you guys. um, maybe not column. No, column 1 I think makes the most sense, given that I think that collect grapple and skip charge is. Oh, he didn't pick up the power bomb. Huh. That's really interesting. I think even if you're not going for any power bomb squares, I think you still should have picked up those power bombs. Because I'm pretty sure that's faster than picking up alpha power bombs. That'll make it really hard to get the 35 plus power bombs. It's still doable. You still have 35 outside of Norfair, but it means that you have to go down the right sand bit to get the ones in Meridia. It's like crossproduct's getting the ice beam. This might also be to add to damage. I don't think I see anything else that really pushes you to get ice beam. I guess the question for me is whether Cross will get speed booster. He might actually want to get wave instead. Speed booster doesn't do that much for you in Lore Warfare. It makes it easier to get out of GT, but outside of that, there isn't a whole ton it does. It lets you get fast pillars. BFrobber, of course, getting alpha power bombs as he needs to get them. And getting the missile behind. So he's still picking up missiles. Might still be looking at that 125 plus missile square. BFrobber heading up to wreck ship as crossproduct is heading into Cathedral. The crossproduct not picking up those missiles means he's probably not getting the 125 plus missiles. Although he could be. Those missiles are a little bit slow. He might. I don't know how many missiles he's at. He's at least 55, looking at his ammo count right now. Just got 75. So then he would only need and Cross, it looks like he realized that he couldn't get that speed booster, so yeah. He is going to be picking up that wave beam. Or no. Never mind. Okay. He's picking up the speed booster. So if cross product doesn't pick up wave beam, this will be a pretty rough beam for Ridley. If he's going to do that, which it's very possible he doesn't. It's maybe even likely he doesn't. Yeah, it's not too bad to pick that missile pack up after getting speed. Just have to be a little bit quick. And yep, Cross just leaving, so he's not going to Ridley. Or he's heading back. I wonder if he's planning on going to Croc. With that, given that he's already collected Charge Beam, there is not, I don't think, a tile that really pushes you to go to Croc other than maybe the Spring Ball tile. I mean, the Power Bomb tile and the E-Tank tiles, Croc helps with those. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like BFrobber is getting the right side supers. Yeah, it does get you grapple. I think grapple, the only reason to get that, there's a possible Suus Meridia. I haven't looked at the card enough to see the route for that, but maybe that's possible. There's no square on the card that for cross will get for getting grapple because you already picked up charge. Yeah, I think the PBs and E-Tanks are... Maybe there is some use for grapple. Or maybe he sees a way to completely avoid Meridia by doing this and just getting those PBs. And he wants the 35 PB tile. Yeah, grapple could be for Spring Ball for sure. We'll see if he elects to go get grapple or if he just bails after these power bombs. BFrobber into bowling. Having a little bit of trouble, and yeah, Cross is just bailing. So it's just for the E-Tank and the Power Bombs rock fight. And it looks like he might be heading into War and Warfare now. Definitely looks like he is. Where's Warfare Supers in the top middle? He might be looking at row 2? I'm not sure that's a good jump into the lava dive. Oh, it is. Nice. Good entry. Oof, getting hit down. That's really bad right now. Yeah, and he's just bailing. He definitely had at least one more attempt, but he really did not want to die. It looks like BFrobber will be destroying 2 statues. I'm still pretty curious about what BFrobber's gonna end up doing. He has 10 power bombs, it looks like. I think that he only picked up the alpha and beta power bombs. He might have picked up a different one, though, instead. He might have picked up the... I don't think he picked up criteria power bombs. I think he picked up those two. Yeah, so he'll be able to get 25 plus power bombs if he wants them. Cross heading back into the lava dive. Hopefully he gets it this time. Got it. Nicely done. BFrobber, I think that's his 20th super. His 5th E-Tank. So BFrobber is going to have a pretty free E-Tank in Botwoon E-Tank. So he'll need to figure out which 3 more he wants to grab. I'm also curious to see, so crossproduct might have also only been grabbing those beams for the GT fight. Because the GT fight is pretty slow without any beams if you're just using charge shots. It looks like BFrobber will be defeating Spore Spawn, which does signal to me that he is doing Calm 1. Which is what I already thought. I already thought Calm 1, row 1, top left, bottom right. Although, it's probably not top left, bottom right anymore. I'm not sure what it is. The last one. Yeah, Cross looks like tried to get the super missile before fighting GT. And that's very dangerous because it means that GT gets out of position, and this fight can go very badly if he gets out of position. Yeah, row 5 is possible. I really don't like Spring Ball, though, because you still have to kill Dragon, then you have to get Spring Ball, and then you have to finish an X-Ray. Like, it's not Column 5 because he didn't grab Criteria Power Bomb. Hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what BFrobber is looking at. It might be row 5, yeah, but, like, I don't know. So now we'll get to see whether Cross decides to go all the way to Ridley. I'm kind of expecting him to bail at this point, but he could be going to Ridley. He is farming up supers. BFrobber only needs 3 more E-tanks to complete both the 9 energy tanks and the X energy tanks to 11 minus X reserves. So after picking this one up, I imagine that we'll see him pick up probably Mama Turtle and Baboon as the last 2. I'm pretty sure Mama Turtle is better than Task Tank, even though he's going to be getting the power bombs there, I think. Ross getting those missiles. So yeah, well, obviously he's going to Ridley because he's going this way. I think that those missiles are almost more just for the Ridley fight than for the 125 plus tiles, but it's for both. Like, he needs it for both. Missiles are pretty weak against Ridley, but they do at least have a reasonable DPS. Guessing we'll see BFrobber heading into Meridia here. Yeah, this card is really rough. I actually kind of liked the row 1, column 1, top left, bottom right idea. I think that's probably what I would have done. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like BFrobber is picking up this energy tank. I'm guessing that BFrobber will be picking up this. Yep, this super. don't think he picked up the Spore Spawn Super, so I imagine he'll be picking up Aqueduct Super to complete his 30 Super requirement. If he is planning on doing the row 5. It looks like Cross is starting out with some power bombs. That one looked like it missed. Power bombs are a little rough. I actually really like turning off high jump and then wall jumping off the wall to use power bombs. It's pretty slow, but it's a very consistent setup. And normally when I'm using power bombs on Ridley, it's because I don't have a lot of ammo, and I'm more scared of just dying than losing a little bit of time. Yep, BFrobber picking up those supers at Aqueduct. Cross is completely out of ammo. Ridley is very red, but this is still a very dangerous spot, especially with only Varia. And nicely done by Cross, getting Ridley down. BFrobber also getting the X E-tanks and 11-X reserves in addition to that. 9 E-tanks. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone on that pickup. And I think that BFrobber also has the 25 plus power bombs already. Unless I missed it. He might not, actually. He might be planning on getting the right sandpit ones. Which would make sense if he's getting Spring Ball. Yeah, all BFrobber will need now is to kill Dragon, go down right sand, well, pick up the space jump. Go down right sandpit, get that power bomb, then pick up Spring Ball, and then go to X-Ray, and he'll be finished in X-Ray room. Cross picking up the Fire Fleece E-tank. Puts him 1 energy tank away from both the 11 total reserves and E-tanks and the 9 E-tank requirements. Looks like Cross is looking at row 2, row 4. I'm not sure what else. Cross doesn't have North Fair Reserve yet. Okay. You might be looking at top right, bottom left. Or column 3. Column 3 actually would be reasonable for him. So he might not be picking up the Norfair Reserve, because he might be looking at row 2, row 4, column 3. I don't think that's too bad for him. I think BFrobber is definitely in the lead, but... And I have no idea how many missiles Cross has so far. How many more he needs for that 125 plus. Okay, he is at 75 missiles now? Okay. Cool. So it'll be interesting to see whether he actually picks up the reserve or he's just going for these missiles. Yeah, just going for the missiles. That's kind of what I thought. So I do think that he's planning on row 2, row 4, column 3. I think he's got 15 power bombs so far, so he needs 4 more power bombs. Needs 4 more power bombs. He needs the Criteria Super. If it was 75 at 3 Musketeers, then he needs 7 more missile packs. Needs the... Needs to destroy some statues. And he needs Criteria Power Bomb. And 1 more E-Tank. He did skip Cathedral Missiles. I'm guessing he just forgot about Cathedral Missiles at the time. I think it was his plan to get the 125 because he was picking up so many so early. But he just forgot at the time. Like, it's really easy to just forget sometimes. Cross going for the Shine Spark. And it looks like BFrobber should be finishing up very shortly once he reaches the X-ray room. And yep, BFrobber has finished in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 48 minutes and 47 seconds. GG to BFrobber. And it looks like Ross will be finishing this one out, so... We'll see if I was right about the row 2, row 4, column 3. Pretty sure that's, like, the only thing that really makes sense at this point, so... Not picking up those power bombs. kind of interesting, though, if that's what he's going for. I could be completely off base, too. You got it. Okay, good. Only have one super. It's single elimination, so there isn't really, like, any point system or anything. It's just best of 3 single elimination, so, um, there's no bonus or detriment to finishing or not finishing. Yeah, it looks like Cross has forfeited the race. Although he wants to read the Dakora, looks like. Oh, I didn't quite get it. BFrobber doing the super jumped technique. Okay, it looks like I think we're gonna just be heading straight into game 2, so okay. I think I'm gonna head out for a little bit before race 2 starts. So we will be right back for that. See you then.